Decoding social media behavior when your crush is silent online. They're checking out your stories. They are in your likes. They don't leave a comment. They're in your digital spaces. They're following you in certain places, but they say nothing. They are not saying anything. And maybe this is a person you went on a date with and they kind of ghosted you. Or they've been playing a bit hot and cold. Or maybe this is a person who you just fancy. They know you, they like you, but they're just not ready to make the move. What on earth do we do with that? How do we interpret that? I will see you and tell you everything you need to know right after this. Hello, my name is Chengi. I am your dating and relationship expert here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where we teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, high worth woman that high quality men find completely irresistible. If that sounds like you're on the right channel. And of course, get into class. Mama Swan is teaching today. Social media has created a dimension and an element of dating and relationships that can really play with our heads. Let me know if this sounds about right. Oh my gosh, I think he actually fancies me because he always looks at my stories. And when on a date, he hasn't said anything, but he's always in my story. So he must like me. He must be like following me because he likes me. But I don't understand because he's not saying anything. So should I maybe say something? Okay, no, I'm going to start posting stuff that he really likes so that he's like, maybe he'll reach out then. Okay. Or you're just thinking, boy, just pick up the phone, text me. I am here. But you don't know what the high value response is, because here is why. It's going to be a short video, but I like short videos. Here is why, darlings. A man stalking you, looking at your stories on social media, means nothing. Yes, it means nothing. It does not mean that he wants you, likes you, wants to be with you. It doesn't mean that he's even interested in you. It doesn't mean that he is shy and is trying to find a moment. It doesn't mean any of these things. And it shouldn't mean anything to you. Even if, God forbid, it was all true and he was shy and he's trying to find why and it's just a fan, whatever the story is. Even if that were true, to you, it shouldn't mean anything to you. We've all had that digital crush. We've all met that guy and we've seen this happening. And we want to make it mean something, so much so that we go and create stories in our heads and the narratives in our heads. Those are more dangerous than what's actually going on. What's going on is that when a man wants you, when a man feels this is the woman I deserve, this is the woman I always wanted, I had a great time with her, or she's such an amazing woman, that man will find a way to be in touch. One of the biggest plays that we have bought into, probably sold to by Hollywood or whatever, is that sometimes a man can have a hard time making an approach. He can have a hard time really channeling his feelings. And so we have believed this and imbibed this permanently. We have truly come to believe that there's a scenario where a grown man wants something and doesn't get it. Ladies, whilst there are no hard and fast rules in the game of love, if that guy really wanted to make contact, he would have sent you a message by now. The truth is, your stories are entertaining. The truth is, he's probably at home, bored stiff, and because he's seen your stories before, they're gonna come up on the algorithm. So we all know that when you're on Instagram and you look at the top bit, the people whose stories you check out most are the ones that show up the most. And there's something about that ring, that golden red ring, I don't know what it is about the colors, you just gotta press it. And I've been in a scenario before where I found this gentleman online, and honestly, I loved what he was actually doing digitally. And he just kept coming up as the first stories on whenever I logged on, and then I would just instinctively hit it. And then I realized, oh my goodness, it just occurred to me later that, oh my goodness, he might actually think that I'm in love with him. Because he probably sees me being the first person to check out his stories, when really I'm intrigued at where he is. You know, he was in the most beautiful place in the world, and I was planning my next holiday because I like to go away for a month somewhere beautiful that I've never been before. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. And he was taking pictures of where he was and da-da-da-da. And I honestly was more intrigued by where he was. And I thought, okay, he probably thinks I'll probably got a crush on him. I say that as a joke, but the reality of it is I just found his stories intriguing. They were fun. They were interesting to look at. And, you know, sometimes we can read more into it than there is. And maybe he did. But the reality of it is that people watch stories because stories are fun. There are things going on in stories. And if you are constantly posting to get his attention, of course it's going to be in the stories because he's enjoying it. And we can put meaning on that isn't really there. Honestly, if a man wants to be with you, he will be in touch. I want to thank you so much for your support of this channel. You mean the world to me. And I am so grateful that your likes, your subscriptions, your comments make this work possible. I'd really want to encourage you, before you go any further, if you are enjoying this content, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with somebody that you know will absolutely benefit, because you're changing not only your life, not only the life of your friends, but the lives of women all over the world and children in ways you cannot even begin to imagine. So don't forget, before we get back to the program, to hit that like button and share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. I used to have an Instagram crush myself many years ago, and I would, signal him because I knew how to, and comment and like, and he wasn't biting. And I was getting so upset because I was like, oh, hello, nobody knows me. And it was so funny because this is so long ago. And I had to say to myself, Chengi, honestly, you've liked, you have signaled, and he's not coming. He's not interested. And that is not a slight on you. It's not because you are not pretty enough or good enough. Maybe he's in a relationship. Maybe he's simply not interested. You can't force attraction. And that just gave me so much relief, because I was telling myself stories that had nothing to do with what was actually unfolding. And this is the key in this video, is we need to beware the stories we tell ourselves, because those stories are creating realities for us that only either bring us great pain in the story itself that we're telling, or pain inevitably when we tell ourselves a fantasy that is not matching reality. When you do eventually go in that person's story and you see them with their girlfriend, or that they're actually dating somebody they genuinely love, or something is going on, you go there and you're thinking to yourself, oh, okay, I've built up this whole fantasy about what's going on. Just operate on the rule that if a man wants you, he will take action. Masculine men take action towards the things they want and desire. They don't, and if he's just hoping that he will get your attention through that, he's not in his masculine energy, he's more in his feminine energy. And you have to decide if you are happy to be in a relationship with a feminine man. If you're not happy to be in a relationship with a feminine man, then let it go. Let him enjoy your posts and enjoy the attention and move on. But a masculine man will action his desires. He won't leave it to chance. He won't move with ambiguity around you like a fairy, hoping that you will notice him. He will be clear about his intention. He will reach out. He will say, look, this is what I would like from you. And that's just pretty much how it works. If it's an ex-boyfriend, he's just checking out, stalking you, probably wanting to know how much you've moved on. Let him enjoy the ride or block him. Don't read into what is usually just a bit of curiosity. And don't give it any time, attention, or energy. Just don't give it any energy, because even that is a way of him stealing your energy, taking your energy. Don't give it energy. At best, be flattered. Tell yourself, well, I guess I'm a fun and interesting person, and move on. And if it's really getting on your nerves, just block him. But don't start telling yourself a series of stories about what is going on because he's liking my posts or in my stories, because that is going to mess with your mental health and it's going to produce no result. I hope that this video was helpful. I will see you in my next one. In the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye.
Simple steps to join Black Swan community. Download the Black Swan app from either Google Play Store or Apple Store. Launch the app and tap on register. Put in your valid information, then tap on continue. Put in the verification code sent to your email to authenticate your account. Then log into your account. Be sure to accept all permissions displayed at installation stage to enjoy all the cool features in the app. You can now enjoy community of high-value women with support from coaches and trainers. Book calls with coaches, chat, post, and interact with the community. Enjoy!